Welcome back to First Move. Now, traditional warehouses have looked like this for decades, with vertical shelves separated by enough space for people to drive a forklift truck. Well, my next guest says that's wasted space. AutoStore promises to quadruple capacity using a modular system and robot pickers, which shuttle goods around using special bins. Their warehouses resemble Rubik's Cubes. The company says its retrieval rate is over 99.7% accurate, which makes you wonder about the 0.3%, but there you are. And it claims the result is the fastest automated fulfillment system per square foot in the world. The company is opening its second robot manufacturing facility in Thailand to meet growing demand. In fact, it says it's deployed nearly 1,500 warehouse systems across 54 countries worldwide. Mats Hovland Vikse is the CEO. Mats, my apologies on your name. Welcome to the show. Just start by explaining how the technology works from the moment someone places an order.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Julia. So the way that we've solved warehouses and just the fulfillment of goods more broadly is that instead of having this shelf-based storage and manual labor running around, we use a cube-based modular system where products are stored in totes that are just stacked on top of each other in between with no air in between them, like you said, like a Rubik's Cube. And then when an order is placed, either online or from a store, we have developed robots that drive on top of that cube, retrieving then the goods that are ordered and delivering them to workstations where either people or other types of robots are ready to pick it up and send it to its destination. And what's interesting is that when you're using this approach, you can store more than 4 times as much inventory in the same footprint, and overall just significantly increase the speed at which you're able to deliver those orders that are placed.
Do you have a sense of what the speed increase is? Because I think in this day and age with online demand and delivery, I think just increasing the speed at which you can find the goods and get them out to people is probably pretty crucial.
It definitely is. And you can more than double your speed in terms of your operation. And from a one picker perspective, on each of our workstations, you can deliver more than 650 picks per hour. And out of a total system, you can do more than 20,000 orders per hour. So that's insane speeds when you think about it.
It's also insane relative to the humans that it would take in order to do that. Do you have any sort of sense of what, unfortunately to some degree, or fortunately in others, that the human saving is in using this system?
No, you definitely get less dependent on labor. But what it's really about is being able to grow and expand your operation without being fully dependent on massively scaling labor. And what we've seen is a trend over time that automation is not really about taking cost out of your operation and taking out people. It's more become a strategic enabler for growth and for meeting the ever-increasing demands of customers out there. So we actually did a survey where we asked more than 300 executives this year across a wide range of end markets what their biggest challenges were. And the top 2 highest responses were labor shortage and rising labor costs. Yeah. So getting in a system that helped resolve some of that, and in addition just significantly improves the working conditions for those that do work there, is a very positive thing.
How much maintenance does this need? Because another saving here is training people, I guess, to operate a system like this. In this case, you set it up and you run. How long does it take to set up?
Yeah, so we deliver out of our factory in as little as less than 20 weeks. And then depending on the size, you can get a system up and running with everything ranging from a week to 6 months. The good thing is, though, that we've done all of this with very, very standardized set of modules, which is what has been part of enabling a 99.7% uptime across all of those 1,500 systems. And because of the simplicity that we've employed, you don't need a lot of highly skilled engineers running that site. You can do it with simple maintenance. And to get pickers onboarded on the technology, you can train them in just a matter of hours, which makes it easier to scale up when you have peak demands as well.
I mean, you have some whopping great customers. Best Buy is one of them, DHL, of course, the logistics company, the European logistics company. What about for smaller companies as well? And how do you cost this? What does an operation like this cost if you are a smaller business, for example, that is looking to automate and save space? Because what you've just told me as well is that you can quadruple your operation without actually having to buy any further warehouse space.
No, exactly. And look, we have a system that works across such a broad variety of applications. You mentioned different types of customers, but there's also different sizes of businesses. So we have delivered systems that cost you a couple of $100,000, and we've delivered systems which has been in the size of tens of millions. And in order for smaller businesses to really get access to these advantages, we've also this year launched a product that's called PIO. So on pio.com, you can see a very standardized version, small scale, that is designed to meet exactly the needs of small to medium-sized businesses.
So you've just opened a production facility in Thailand to manufacture some of these robots, and I believe the plan is to produce 15,000 robots in the next 18 months. Obviously, it gives you access to Southeast Asia and to Asia more generally too, but can I ask why you picked Thailand first and foremost?
Yeah, so first of all, as you say, Thailand as a location was attractive to us because it places us close to a lot of our key markets, both across Asia Pacific, but also for the US. In addition to that, because of the experience that sits in the region, we get access to top-class talent, and it's a good location for us to build out a diversified set of suppliers. And having this in place, we can continue to deliver to our customers in less than 20 weeks, which is industry-leading delivery times.
Okay, but you could have chosen somewhere like Vietnam, but you chose Thailand.
Yeah, we took a thorough approach and we looked at supplier availability, talent availability. We looked at government support for automation businesses. So it just ended up being a very good choice for us.
And very quickly, last year alone, I think you had $6.5 billion worth of sales, an order backlog of over $440 million as well. Are you profitable as a business? You're clearly in expansion mode, but are you profitable at this stage?
We are. So we have a pipeline of opportunities, as you say, of more than $6 billion. Last year, we did 650 million of revenues. And we did that moving up to an EBITDA margin of almost 50%. And we convert a lot of that into cash. So we've built a very, very efficient business model to deliver on.
Hence the smile. And I should point out, it's what, 40 minutes past or into tomorrow where you are. So I appreciate you staying up late to talk to me as well. We'll keep in touch and hear about progress. Matt, it's fantastic to talk to you there, the CEO of AutoStore. Thank you. All right, coming up after the